Hello, everybody. My name is James, and today I will read Junior Ninja Champion. 3. Grandma Pat's workshop was at the back of the junkyard, right between the broken TVs and a huge mountain of old tires. Grandma spent hours in there, triggering away on gizmos and trying to make cool stuff for us to sell. Kenny and I have to weave our way through old strollers and kitchen sinks to get there. It wasn't easy for Kenny, who was carrying a plate with a massive slice of birthday cake. He'd already eaten two hoop, whole hoopy pieces, but instantly bringing just one more with him. I get hungry when I'm working, he explained with a shrug. This thing is, Kenny doesn't do any working in the workshop, but he does do a lot of talking, joking, and eating. My feet seem to be moving much faster than normal, and I was able to leap over tall piles of junk without stumbling once. Normally, I'd run out of Benitez walking to the workshop. Wait for me! Woohoo! I could, this ninja talk, could this ninja talk be true? Surely these powers have been given to the wrong kid. There were all sorts of buzzing noises coming from inside the workshop. We pulled open the side door and found Grandma hunched over something. It was a microwave clothes dryer. Only now it seems to have a long hose with a nozzle attached on the end. Hey boys, she jerked the nozzle back, and the blue laser beam suddenly shot out with a loud bang. Duck, she yelled. The beam was headed straight for Kenny. My arms darted out fast than before. I pulled Kenny out of the way. The laser hit his plate of food instantly. Instant. Zap. Duck. Hey, where'd my cake go? Said Kenny. Suddenly he heard a sound like a coin dropping. I looked to the floor, and there was a plate of cake, only had shrunk to the size of a grape. Well, what do we do now? My Zap-O-Matic works, cried Grandma. What about my cake? Yelled Kenny. Then he began to smile. Grandma, I need to borrow this machine the next time I eat Brussels nuts. Grandma showed us the nozzle on the machine that could make things 10 times smaller or 10 times bigger. My, my huge bear on a rack. I hung my sweaters on a rack. Grandma adjusted the nozzle, aimed at them, and fired. Zap! The sweater instantly shrank to the perfect size. I pulled one back on and gave Grandma a high five. Yeah, I have some other cool stuff to show you, said Grandma. Follow me. Grandma led us to the far wall of the workshop. She stopped and looked at it with a big grin. I could see nothing there but dust and a few cobwebs. Really cool wall, Grandma. Kenny suspicatedly. We've never seen a wall before. Boy, said Grandma, smirking. You don't think you have seen one of these and that. She pressed a bunch of bricks in sequence. Before our eyes, the wall began moving. What the? Behind it was a dark passage. Grandma stepped into the darkness. Well, what are you waiting for? She called. Come into my secret workshop. The inside was filled with amazing high-tech devices. There were silver shoes, a ball of knit gloves, and laser beams of all shapes and sizes. Laser beam? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Oh, where are we? Said Kenny. We're inside tires. The tires, so Grandma explained. I started working on this place years ago. Dug a tunnel into the tire mountain and built this. A top secret place to protect my most important inventions and training equipment. All of this has been waiting for you, Nelson. For me, I said. All of this was waiting for me. Was I dreaming? Ouch! Penny pinched me hard on my elbow. I could tell you, you thought you were dreaming, Kenny, but you're awake. You'll do whatever I can help you, said Grandma. If you were a ninja, I would teach you ninja skills, but I'm not. I'm an inventor. So this is what I help you fulfill your destiny. I reach for some funny looking gloves. You're not quite ready for those, said Grandma. We'll have to work up to the stuff. First thing first, Grandma leaned over and tapped my back. This is no ordinary backpack, Nelson. It powers the devices that you're going to need. I looked at the backpack and noticed some small electrical sockets. This was crazy. No way, Grandma. This is nuts. I can't do this. I can't be a ninja kid. I'm the weakest person I know. How am I supposed to help anyone? You can, Nelson. A person's strength lies not in their muscles, but up here. She tapped her head. And you're very strong up here, Nelson. She continued, quite serious now. People often get up too early, not realizing they can unlock great power when they keep on trying. And trying comes from inside you. I guess she could be right. Grandma was certainly a person who kept on trying. She grabbed the backpack. You might not get it the first time, but you can just have to pick yourself up and try again. That's the only way to learn. Look at my inventions. They hardly ever work the first time. Grandma connect the laser beam to the side of the backpack. The nozzle fell off and crashed to the floor. Clunk! Oops! Oops! It needs a little more sticky tape. Just then, Kenny pressed a button on the corner of the pack. Whoops! A pair of chopsticks came flying right at me. Pow! I jumped out of the way just in time. Sorry, said Kenny. That was close. Grandma put a small box and handed it to me. This ball contained the most important items a ninja student needs, she said. What are they? I asked. Band-aids? The next morning, I got up and went to find Mom. She never talked about my dad much. He wants, and I want to learn more. What was he like? I asked her. He had really messy hair, and he often forgot to brush his teeth, but he had those lovely brown eyes, and his ears were so big but soft. And he... No, Mom, I said. I mean, what is his personality like? Oh, yes, of course. He was brave and clever and kind. A lot like you, Nelson. I'm not brave, Mom. Really, I'm not brave, Mom. I'm really scared. I will fail. Bravery is feeling scared, but having the courage to go ahead and do what's right away. That's how your dad became a great ninja. You know, he wasn't great right away. He had to learn. Really? I said, surprised. Of course, and he was scared of failure too. But he learned to be brave. That was that. If my dad was brave, well, I wanted to be like that too. I woke Henry up and dragged him out to train. We met Grandma in the junkyard, where she was standing next to a huge barrel. About 30 feet away was a row of empty cans on the table. It was the day two of my new life as a ninja, but I still felt way more nerd than ninja. Be positive, I thought to myself. Maybe today's training session will change all that. Grandma tapped the side of the barrel. This used to be my collection of old paint can lids, she said, but now they're much cooler. They're ninja disc. Said Grandma. This morning we're going to work on mind powers. My mind worked pretty well when it comes to math and spelling, but flinging sharp objects at four-way targets? I don't think so. Cool, said Kenny as he unpeeled a banana. I was pretty sure it was his fifth one already. Target practice. Let's see what you can do, said Grandma. I picked up one of the discs and wondered what Grandma had done to make these perfect ninja gadgets. Do this have built-in GPS? I said. Ah, no, they're just can lids, said Grandma. Nothing fancy. Sometimes the greatest creation to use your own mind and body. You'll be the guide for those. I need my own skill, but targets were so far away, and I had zero chance of hitting one. Just try it just give it a try, said Grandma. You will have to start somewhere. Okay, I said, here goes. Fling! Duck, yelled Grandma. My first attempt flew completely sideways to my right and sliced the top of Kenny's banana. Huh? Hey, I was eating that, he shrieked. Kenny groaned and moved to my left. Grandma handed me another disc and nodded again. I took a deep breath and fling. Duck, duck, yelled Grandma. This time, my ninja just flew sideways to the left and loop another slice of Kenny's banana. Ah! What you trying to do? Make fruit salad? Yelled Kenny. Sorry, Kenny, I said. Man, I was terrible. I was dangerous for all the wrong reasons. Take your time, Nelson, said Grandma. Just imagine exactly where you can want your disc to go. Then make it happen. You have to believe you can do it. I took another deep breath and told myself I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Fling, I can I pictured the disc slicing through the air and into the first can in the line. Fling ting. I got it. The disc struck the first can in the middle, just like I wanted to. Woohoo! Grandma shouted. That was awesome, said Timmy. Do it again. Here goes. I scooped up a handful of ninja discs and took aim. Fling, miss, whoosh. Fling, ting, bing, got it. Fling, 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 miss, got it. Plop. It took ages. It took ages and ages, but slowly I got better. The last 5 can I hit 5 times in a row. Grandma grinned. Good work, Nelson. See what practice can do. You boys better be your way on school, she added. Don't you want some nature trips today? Sure, said Kenny. That's why my backpack is filled with bug off repellent. I hate bugs and spiders. Almost Kenny hates bugs and spiders almost as much as I did. Neither of us was excited about hanging out in the woods today. I'd much rather have been going to the museum. Kenny would much rather been going all day, have been rather been going to an all day you can eat buffet. Grandma handed me a new backpack. Meet me here again tomorrow morning. We have a lot more work to do. 5. The bus drop off Kenny and me at the start of the forest walk. Soon other kids from school arrived. I like most of the people from my school. We were all just a bunch of kids trying to get by. Sarah was really nice. I like her because she treated everyone the same. Sometimes she even said hi to me. Hi, Nelson, said Sarah. Hi, Sarah, I said back. Sarah walked off to join her friends, and the moment I dread, a huge black BMW came around the corner and grunted like an angry rhino. Everyone stopped as everyone turned to stare. The driver got out wearing his little hat and white gloves and opened the door for Charles Brooke. Charles Brooke, son of Mayor Brooke, the richest kid in Duck Creek. There's nothing wrong about riches. I wanted to be a rich kid too, but this guy just rubbed everyone's noses in it. When Charles stepped out of the car, he spotted me first. Hi, Nelson, you got new threads, he said. I turned and walked away. That was a cool sweater, he added. Wow, what was he saying to me? Maybe he was being nice today. The thing about Charles was that sometimes he was really nice. And that's why he was so popular. I nodded, thanks. Charles reached out and behind to pat my shoulder. Or so I thought. Instantly he grabbed something. Looks like your mama been shouting at the theft store again. Charles laughed and showed everyone the sale tag I like hanging from my new hoodie. Sale. Oh man, I was so I was supposed to save the world from evil forces. I couldn't even stop this guy from making fun of me. Church book installs don't even bother me that much. That it's just that lots of kids think he's cool and they laugh along. Mostly because his dad, the mayor, and he was always the latest iPad has the latest iPad, iWatch, or whatever. Charles and has buddies who follow him everywhere. They came over to laugh at me as I tried to rip off the tag of my hoodie. Quickly rushed over. Somebody had better hold me back, he yelled. Kenny always say that. It's my cue to hold him back. He started punching at the air, mm, making windmills with his fists as I held him. You're lucky my cousin's here to stop me, screamed Kenny. Otherwise, you'd be in big trouble. You two should crawl back to your junkyard, sneered Charles. Come on, class, Mr. Fletcher called out. The trail waits. Charles smirked at us and walked away. Kenny wiggled out his arms. Stupid bully, he muttered. Just wait till he finds out you're a ninja and the last ninja on earth. I clapped my hand over Kenny's mouth. Shh. Nobody wants us to first know about that, I whispered. And I felt the same. I'm a lousy ninja anyway. A ninja who can't even stand up for himself. Kenny pulled my hand and pointed above us. Look at that. It looks like a massive spider web. Above us, there was some weird white stuff hanging between the tops of the trees. Nah, Kenny, it's way too big to be a spider web. Yeah, you're right, he laughed. If that is a spider web, a spider will have to be the size of a dump truck. I laughed too, but something about the weird stuff made me nervous. Made me feel nervous. Our class was heading up the trail when I noticed something strange. Ripples in the distant treetops. Can you see that? I whispered to Kenny. See what? The trees. The trees. Yes, I can see many trees, Nelson. It's because we're on the woods. The woods. They are moving funny, I said. Kenny looked at me as I was crazy. What about that high-pitched ringing? Can you hear that? I added. No, said Kenny. Something strange was happening ahead of us. I could feel it. Hey, I don't want to be scared anyone, I called out, but there might be something weird going on ahead. Yeah, right, scoffed Charles. I think that discount sweater is so tight it's offending your brain. Your brain. Suddenly, a gigantic spider appeared out of nowhere. Crash! Everyone started screaming. Even the teacher. I completely froze. This was my worst nightmare. Kenny shook me. Nelson, don't worry. I came prepared, said Kenny. He reached into his bag and pulled out the secret weapon. Bug off, mass strength. The giant spider made its way toward us. It was a huge. Its teeth were size of big daggers. Hey guys, yelled Kenny. This should keep that hairy thing away. Kenny started spraying us all, passing the can around. Just when Sarah started to use it, Charles snatched it out of her hands and completely covered himself with the spray. All along with all the scream, I could hear something weird, whipping noise. Whoop, 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 whoop. What was that? It was quickly getting louder and louder. Within moments, a red helicopter thundered above us. A menacing voice on a megaphone boomed through the air. You think insect repellent is going to protect you? My tyrannosaurus my tyrannosaurus eats insect prepared for breakfast. A tyrannosaurus? What's going on? Who was that voice? Who was that voice? The tyrannosaurus headed straight for Taurus, who was dripping with the bug off. The voice was right. This giant crazy spider loved insect repellent. The spider shot a thick web at Taurus and began spinning him in layers of silk. Ah! Everyone went totally nuts and started running off into the woods. Everyone but me. Let's go, yelled Kenny, tugging my arm. Come on. I couldn't. I stood completely still. I kept thinking about that my mom told me yesterday. It was a destiny to protect all the people of the world, but even believe it, Charles. I darted for the can of bug off that was lying near the spider's feet. Just let the spider take him. Kenny yelped. We'll be doing Dr. Pete a favor. I have to do the right thing, Kenny, I shouted. It was my duty to protect everyone, even people like Charles. That stinks, said Kenny. Yeah, I know. Over here, Spider, I yelled. I've got a whole can of bug spray. Hey! I started spraying up into the air. The spider instantly sniffed at the spray and turned toward me, dropping spiders to the ground. Kenny, get Charles back to the bus. Do I have to? Yes, the spider jumped toward me. Ah! I ran faster than I even before, skipping across rocks and leaping over logs. The spider raced after me, scurrying up and down trees along the way. The forest flew past in a blur, and suddenly I realized I was heading straight for a cliff. I stood and skidded to stop just in time. Over the edge was a great ravine and ragging river. I was trapped. The tyrannosaurus spider was getting closer. Come on, Ninja Instant, kick in. I could barely breathe. I was so exhausted, and the spider was almost on top of me. Some ninja I was turning to be. Bing! I suddenly have a great idea. If I threw the bug spray off the cliff, the spider might go over the edge after it. I tossed the can as hard as I could, but it got stuck in a branch. Clunk. Oh man, then I grabbed my ankle. The spider had wrapped its web around my leg. It was pulling me toward its sharp teeth. Ah! The huge hairy creature ripped up on its legs and jumped at me. A split second later for impact, I rolled to the left and stretched my leg so the spider's fang would cut through the web that was trapping my ankle. Slice. It worked. I scrambled to my feet and darted behind a boulder. You're a ninja. I whispered, you're a ninja. I looked around and saw a small purple rock. I picked up and aimed carefully. I flung it at the bug of can. Fling ting! The purple rock sliced into the can and it fizzed and tumbled down to the ravine. The spider's eye glowed red and scurried after the can right off the cliff. The spider tumbled after the can all the way down to the wild river below. No, Tyranno Spider, the voice of the chopper boomed. No time to chase breakfast. We have work to do. The helicopter went after the spider and I ran back to the bus. No, that was one hairy situation, yelled Kenny as he pulled me inside. Driver, step on it. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.